Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another non-Marvel superhero film month. Now, this is a 2008 movie, and no, it's not The Dark Knight. We already reviewed it. It's not Iron Man, that's Marvel, and it's not Incredible Hulk. It is a 2008 action comedy starring Will Smith. My friend wanted me to review this, and I'm like, yeah, it's time to review it. It's technically a superhero movie. It's not Marvel or DC. It's Hancock, the 2008 action comedy starring the great Will Smith, and this is like one of the last blockbusters he did before he took his 4 year break and then did Men in Black 3. Now, Hancock, I saw this in the theater. I was interested in the trailers because it was Will Smith doing a role that wasn't just another MIB film or Independence Day, and it actually is a fun movie. I do have my issues with it, but I'll get to that when I get to the cons of the movie. The pros outweigh the cons for this movie. Will Smith is great in this movie. He first plays a drunk asshole, so guy with superhero powers. That's like, I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. I just save if I want to, if I feel like it. He goes from like a drunk hobo kind of superhero to a caring, well mannered, well adjusted superhero with a nice black suit. And he's like, good job. He's actually more positive and he shaves, which is cool. The visual effects look great when he's flying. It looks a lot better than Man of Steel. There's no shaky cam. You can see the flying sequences. It looks really good. And this film was kind of underrated because it came out the same year as The Dark Knight and Iron Man. So it really was going to get overshadowed by those two movies. And it was this fact that it was a superhero film that was not, a big name star, a big name star, yeah, but not a big name character that we've seen already. And but it's really funny. I think there was a scene that Hancock's in prison and he shoves a guy up another guy's ass. I think that was funny. They don't show it, but it's really they show it like briefly. And also, the things that Will Smith says, it has a more serious tone, but not like in The Dark Knight. And his the freaking the action sequences were pretty well done. For I forgot who directed the movie, but it was very well done. I got to see everything. Good fisticuffs, good explosions. It's not a stupid Michael Bay movie. It's not 2.5 hours, so that's good. I've only seen the theatrical cut. I have not seen the unrated cut. And I also like Jason Bateman in the movie. He's good in the film. I've always liked him as an actor. I find him he can do good comedy and he can also do very good dramatic roles. I like his voice in Zootopia. It fit very well. And the film looks really good. For a 2008 film, it doesn't look older than a movie from like last year. So the cinematography is well done. And the art direction for the film, the costume designs, all really well done. Now, I do have my issues with this film. One is that the studio actually did interfere in this movie. I think originally this movie was supposed to be R, but because studio executives at 20th Century Fox or whoever released Hancock, they decided to make this movie PG-13. I think that if they had made this R like Deadpool, it would have done a lot better and it would have gotten more recognition. Because they're the only superhero films of that year that were R were it was 2008. It was Punisher Warzone, and that's a train wreck. And I can't review it because it's Marvel, but I think this film would have served better if it was an R rating. Like if I Am Legend was an R rating, that would have worked better. Because Will Smith sometimes when he does Bad Boys 1 and 2, he's in an R rated zone and he doesn't have to hold back. And that's what I say. I say screw the studios. They should not have interfered because I know they did. That's why the film was PG-13. And also, I have a problem with the lead actress Charlize Theron. Give me a minute. Okay, this is the movie that killed my love for this actress. This is the movie that put the stake in my heart of ever liking her in any other film ever again. This is the movie that I felt like she was completely unnecessary in. I don't buy her being married to Jason Statham. I mean Jason Statham. Jason Bateman. Sorry, wrong franchise. I didn't buy her acting. I didn't buy her that she's supposed to be like a sister to Will Smith, which is so stupid. It's so forced. Like it's like, oh, Will Smith is talking to her and she blows him away, and I'm like, when the hell did you get powers? This is starting to look more like The Force Awakens than a superhero film when it comes to this character. She's a Mary Sue. She has a clean slate. We don't know anything about her except that she's Will Smith's sister from like another planet or something. I don't know. She's not needed in the film. Is she a horrible actress? No. I just don't care for her. I will watch Monster one day, but every film I've seen her in, I'm like, You're not necessary. You're not necessary. You're not necessary, Charlize Theron. I hated her in Hancock. I hated her in Reindeer Games. I didn't like her in the Italian Job remake. I thought you could have had Marky Mark and Edward Norton and all these other actors. You didn't need her. Um, even the freaking Mighty Joe Young, she's okay. That was when I was a teen, so I didn't care about her. I didn't hate her at that time. But every film she's in, she feels like she's just shoehorned in because she's Charlize Theron. I told you, people, I don't care about Mad Max Fury Road. That movie should have been called Furiosa Fury Road. That would have made more sense. Because that movie is not about Mad Max. It's about this stupid bitch with soot on her face and a shaved head. Sorry, if you're not sexy, get out of my face, Charlize Theron. The only time you should look ugly is in Monster. Because that was an Oscar worthy performance with a good director behind you. When you're thrown into everything, I get sick of it. She wasn't good in Snow White and the Huntsman or the Huntsman prequel sequel thing, and I didn't care for Kubo. I'm sorry, that animation did nothing for me, and her playing a white monkey sounds kind of racist. And just she's an actress and she's overexposed. Sorry, Hollywood. Knock knock. We don't want to see a South African chick with freaking with her limited acting now because she's aging. She's getting to that Angelina phase where I'm getting sick and tired of her. She's overexposed like Johnny Depp was like in the last 10 years. Stop putting her in everything. Fate of the Furious, I'm not seeing it because she's in it. Sorry, Sean. Sorry, Parker and Tevye and Anthony and Josh. I will never see that movie in the theater because I'm not a Charlize Theron fan. So that she's the biggest negative I have with the film. I don't think she's needed. She's not funny. She's not charismatic. She's just in everything now, and I'm sick of it. And this was 2008, so this was a long time ago. But her emotion just felt forced. Everything she says with Will Smith is forced. I didn't buy her being married to Jason Bateman because I'm like, he can do so much better. I mean, the guy is a but he I believed him more with Leslie Mann and freaking The Change Up, and I didn't like that movie either. But at least Leslie Mann is an appealing actress to me. Charlize, no, not for the last 10 years. But anyway, the movie on its own, Hancock is a good character. His transformation from an anti-hero asshole to a caring hero with a black suit that cares about people and saves them. That I bought. Charlize Theron's character can suck a dick. I didn't even know what her name was in the movie because I'm sorry, foreign chicks and everything. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth for the most part. Am I a racist? No. It's just you don't need them in everything. You don't, especially superhero films slash sci-fi movies slash comedy slash freaking animated films. It just seems like trying to get good PR, and I'm like, no. If they're not right for the role, get them out. I didn't like Cameron Diaz in Green Hornet, so yeah, sometimes they don't belong there. But anyway, it is a good movie despite that fact because I saw it in the theater. I'm like, it's a good film, but I wish Charlize Theron was just out of the film because she's not needed. If the studios wanted to cut something, they should have cut her out because she's not needed at all. But Hancock is good though, action wise, cinematography, the art direction, the costumes, the plot. The character himself, he's worth your time. The freaking SJW freaking fan fiction, Charlize Theron knockoff. No, you're not better than Will Smith, Charlize Theron. I'm sorry. You won an Oscar. I give you credit for that. But everything else, not a fan. Sorry. No. And anyway, it's a good movie. There's some other people in the cast I didn't remember, but there are some good performances in the movie that are done by the supporting cast, like Jason Bateman, and it works. It's a movie that should be is incredibly overlooked. Watch this and stop watching Dark Knight for the 15th billionth time, people, because the movie's been overexposed and it's one of the biggest, movies of all time. Of course, everyone's seen Dark Knight that's seen a Batman movie. But Hancock is a good one. I would watch this. I will get this on DVD, but I'm fast forwarding any scene with freaking Charlize Theron because, like I said, skip. It's like Jesse Eisenberg in BVS. It's not needed. Anyway, it's a good movie. Hancock. Don't. It's not a freaking porno either. Some people are like, "Oh, it's got the best porn name." No, it's not that. It's Hand, not Hand. And it's fun. And it was well done for the director that did this. So take it easy, guys. See you later, and I'll see you in the next review.